Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulcher, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send him home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line, initial it twice.
Previously on Test C Teams. At the moment this dagger catches you and strikes you twice.
Oof.
Once in the body, once in the heart.
Figuratively or?
A massive, terrifying dragon head and neck emerges from the center of this platform. I always wondered where you had hidden Vars. And this idiot boy. So imagine, and it happens so fast that you need to move out of the way. It doesn't appear to be something that is under Dinar Blitzen's absolute control. And in only a few moments, there are shrieks of terror that fill the entire cavern. And there is something before this altar that is in every way the equal of this dragon.
I will immediately take the form, my treant form.
You know that you are smashing this thing in half, but these gouts of this fluid are, whatever it is not natural to this world. Like in one massive sweep left, you knock off massive chunks of it, just exposing this welling, the way that like mercury can sort of stand in place. This now the shell that contained this is completely gone. You connect this head with a pulverizing wave of force from the wing beat, and it connects like a fist, and you see the head twist in midair, and you see the neck go slack. It could have been the last Stone's Day, but something happened. A group of people from the town, wrote a different kind of story. Red Larch, the town that beat the dragon. Hello. I am Tycho Brahe of Penny Arcade and PAX. I am also Ominifus Hereward Drawn, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. But today, I'm Jerford K. Horcrims, and I'm here to run a game of Dungeons and Dragons for my friends. To my right, the Void!
Yay!
Celebrate it. Celebrate it now. now and in the hour of your death. To the right of my right, repping the natural world, Walnut on grass.
Craw, mother.
Come on, fucking craw, though. Now, to my left, not your grandma's grandma, except for those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie B. Stinger.
Whoa.
What the fuck? How did you, what the?
Refreshing beverage.
There was a drink the whole time.
You're a wizard, Harry. I didn't even know about that cylinder, whatever it may be.
Still classing wizard today.
Today, wow. To the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud. Cuthris Drow.
Get back in that pony's butt.
See you later. That's where this has always been.
It's just like quick. Everything same.
My ears are burning. No.
Same as I. Oh no.
Okay.
All right.
See you later.
Gathered throng. Shadow Council. May our labors please you. Of course. We have to set the stage for today's game. Now, you may recall that when last we saw our heroes, they were ferried in the gentle bows of the mini Nemazir, the sort of Nemazir, a travel Nemazir, functionally speaking. You know what I mean? Like if you're going on a trip, it's like, definitely still have to have a weapon of mass destruction from an ancient elven matriarchal race.
Yes.
Oh no, if you bring this into the airport, you get to go. They don't, it's fine.
They let you right through.
It's fine. So you may recall that she ferried her fellows with her out into the town of Red Larch, where she promptly set about annihilating the old jailhouse that Galabast Welver and his attempt to gentrify Red Larch with his keystones. He did everything he could to assume control of a classic and beloved cultural institution. He did not succeed. Indeed, his father instructed him, much as he had when he was a young boy, with the cuff. At that point, I think I wrapped the game, but we are welcome to begin our game in session if you'd like, or after you have already come home. Where do you want to do it?
We can just, I vote for home.
Home sounds good. I definitely need a long rest.
You need that long ass rest?
I need the long rest.
Hey, you can set us a home scene.
Yeah, absolutely. So how's it going to go? Like, if you have your friends with you, you looked into Welver's Hasty and Tasty, saw that the Welver the Elder seemed to have the situation well in hand. You were able to walk back through. As you recall, there's just a small wooded area there in the middle. You can get easily out to that eastern crescent and then walk right back. So how do you decant all of your fellows in this context?
The first is grab Dinar out of the top and unceremoniously put him upside down on the ground, just like this.
Oh, classic.
And then put the hand out, wait for Rosie to get on, let her down. Cuthris, grab Pinch by the cloak.
There we go.
Drop him.
Just by the cloak, like a mouse?
Like a kitten, I've learned to go limp.
Yeah.
You get me by the scruff.
Yeah.
I think that's probably 80% of whatever happens to you, you go limp, right?
This is how I deal with anything.
Anything that's mildly unusual.
You just let the universe wash over you.
Right, but I'm actively I'm receiving data.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
listening.
exactly. No, if anything, you're more aware.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then
Like a mystic dish.
Brahma. So when I turn back into myself,
Ooh,
I'm
this
still
is a great moment.
supporting her. I
Oh,
can't.
just one. And so it's you actually revert to Walnut with full support the whole way.
Yeah.
So there's a moment where she stumbles as the transition completes, and you're able to just get your shoulder under hers a little bit more and provide that extra support.
Rosie has
18-hour support.
16 hit points left, so she's not
16 hip points?
hip points. Yeah,
I know
that's when her hip goes out. After that, no hit points, and
calcium, something.
so she's not looking her best.
right,
But
well-
even so, she still is she's spiky. She is still going after Brahma. She's got her clothes are kind of torn. She's got
Froggy.
the cool, sexy dirt on her face.
Yeah,
She's looking rough, but
you can see that bicep underneath the robe, just sort of ripple there,
Yeah,
ready.
I can see that. But she let Brahma live, but it's not so that Brahma can come have a nice warm bowl of soup.
No,
It's so
not.
Brahma can answer some
Can be interrogated.
questions. Yeah. So Rosie's on her, got her teeth bared. She's looking at you with Brahma, but she does not look like she wants to let Brahma relax.
Yeah.
So as your crew is disassembling from your sort of Devastator style multipartite adventure robot, you can see Auspicia look out the window, first with a smile, and then when she recognizes the severity of some of the injuries, she rushes over to the door and then pulls it open and then like holds it open with her body.
Good girl.
I smile at her briefly and I say, we've brought a prisoner. So I don't know if we've got a place we can keep her.
I give you the look.
What is the look telling me?
The look is, I don't like the word prisoner. This is what I convey to you. I don't like the word prisoner. I don't 100% disagree with you.
But it's like, you don't like it, but at the same time, it's like there's some truth there.
Yeah. There is some truth
So
there.
it's like okay. Yeah. And then you're looking, you have 2 hit points left, right?
Yeah. When you take that stance, I like key off of you, but like I'll be mad too. Man,
But it
so
takes
bad.
all the energy left in your noodle-like frame.
So tired, but as disappointed as you can muster, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, we're all just... No, we're not disappointed in Walnut, but we could be. So
So it's a near thing.
Yeah, but for me, you can tell it's social mirroring.
Okay.
Like there's no conviction.
yeah.
Like one word from you, and I would be like, oh, "Is she okay?" Like
You take one step to the right,
Yeah.
and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You're ready to work.
So I would push you toward Auspicia. Like, go get yourself cleaned up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take care of the rest of this. I guess it might be easier to lose the remaining 2. I don't want to put her to work.
Yeah, you just want to...
Just die
It's
completely.
closer. It's this
Yeah, you wanna
direction.
just round
There are
down.
fewer hit points ahead than behind.
Right.
Is that the...
Yeah. I don't want to put
Is that the
anybody in
episode?
any trouble.
So as you begin to file in with this sort of injury, you see Auspicia sort of cock her head at Brahma and then look at you sort of quizzically.
Yeah.
And she's mouths, who is that?
Long story, but
Tomorrow.
yes, let's
Tomorrow.
just say she's, and I cast a meaningful look at Walnut and I say, she's a problem.
Absolutely. So when you find your way inside, you can see that Propha has established something akin to a triage hospital in the ground floor of the Drawn and Courtier. So tables have been pushed together. There are people on top of the tables receiving ministrations of various kinds. As you roll in, Cthulhu, Propha drops like a heavy leather satchel that looks like it's seen more than one conflict. And then she almost looks like she's like measuring you for a suit. It's just like a very quick functional assessment, just like a full 360. I mean, it's almost enough to take the last 2 hit points. You think that her bedside manner is maybe not 100%. It's maybe more on the practical side.
How many?
Yeah.
Do I get?
Take 1 hit point of damage.
Okay.
She helps someone up off of a table, Cthulhu, and then slaps the surface of the table for you a couple times.
Yeah, I hop right up there as easily.
You attempt?
With enough. Yeah.
You lay over and then just sort
difficulty,
of
yeah.
roll over. It's like a front, like a face down or face up. You got there for sleep.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's so nice. And I have to go up those stairs. Get face down. Yeah, I lay flat on my face in my muffled voice. I ask, what is the exact phrasing? Does the war still rage? Like, I want to know.
Are you asking the table?
I am asking Prof, if she can hear me.
Prophet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She says, yeah, we got them.
Nice.
They're out of here. And then she starts to shift. She starts to shift clothing, and she says that you may need a new shirt.
I rip it off myself. Who cares? That's fine.
Is it the Lizard King okay?
The lizard king is gripping solid, or at least the rib cage portion of it.
Right. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
As long as that's okay.
As long as he's
has
all right.
has a good grip. So even as you pull it out, it's just against your like sort of dark blue skin. There's just this kind of skeletal hand that reaches around to gird your torso. But Propha seems to be, I don't know if insulting is the right word, but she says, Cthulhu, you're supposed to keep all this stuff in.
Yeah, you get busy and stuff to keep track.
She bandages you up. She doesn't use. You note that she does not use healing magic. This is all traditional sort of battlefield poultices and preparations.
She blow all her spell slots earlier.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna say that that's what happened. I don't want to leave the social space that we've created at the table, but that's absolutely what happened.
I have a lot of respect for it, but I also do feel the since the healing isn't immediate, like the allure of the grave. Like I was hoping to, it's like I'm an alcoholic and could you take the bottle out of the room? But no, you left it there. It's like, okay. All right. Still 2 points.
You have a lot to think about. Absolutely. There's a relatively steady stream. The Drawn and Courtier is apparently a context that people rely on in times like this. You can see that people seem to, they're drawn to Propha's battlefield expertise. Once she gets you bandaged up, she helps try to roll you off of the table, and then she helps you over to the banister so that to give you the opportunity at any rate
to go up.
to get to your room under your own power.
No, it's not happening right now.
There is, as you'll recall, a very small wooden stage over by the wall at the base of the stairs that might provide some succor.
No, I'm standing leaned up against the banister, and I look up at the stairs, and then I sort of settle in as though this is where I want to be, and try to make it look
You
natural.
sell it?
Yeah.
You sell it. So you have an opportunity. So from here, you have an opportunity to see this sort of natural flow, sort of move in and out. You sort of see the town breathe in this intimate space.
Rosie is she's off to the side. She has gotten some gauze or some kind of bandaging, and she's trying to heal herself. But she's not doing a very good job. She's only got like +2 to medicine, and so she's like wrapping herself. And she's like, God,
it looks more like a novel attempt at fashion.
yeah, exactly. And it's working. She's killing it.
She looks great.
Yeah, she looks great.
Get that from across the room. Get that look.
Yeah, she's like, there's a part of her too. I'll be honest. There's a part of her that she's like, maybe Propha will come over here and help me if I look pathetic enough. She's very impressed with Propha at the moment. She's like, yeah.
It's like the midnight black and white commercial.
Yeah,
Again,
exactly.
It's like there's got to be an easier way. Propha hears these chirps, and she says, "Grandmother, I know that you've kissed a boo-boo or two in your time.
Yeah.
I need help. Come over here."
Oh, okay.
So she assigns you to another table.
Okay. So I'm trailing these gauze bandages that are not applied properly.
She's like, good, you have bandages. That's great.
Great. How can I help? Please.
She assigns you a set of tables in the middle that she's pressed together.
Okay.
and the line of people that are sort of trickling in,
Okay.
individual by individual.
All right, so Rosie will unwrap the bandages. With her 16 hit points left, she goes to work.
She goes to
She's
work.
It's better. It's easier to do it on other people. Try to wrap yourself up with stuff.
Next up, coming to the middle table is Marvin from the new Ironbark Inn.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't seem tremendously worse for wear. His head is low, with that deference that is so revolting.
Yeah.
In the servant, and he says, "Grandmother," he says, "tomorrow's last Stone's Day, and I was wondering if you thought it would be appropriate for us to serve cornerstones from the inn."
From your inn.
It's a Red Larch tradition. We've been here almost a year now, and people are continuing to filter in from outside.
You know what I don't find appropriate, Marvin, is that you have chosen this moment of triage and wellness and pain and suffering, to come into my house to ask me if I can give you permission to serve a food. Are you kidding me right now?
He says, if it's the payment, I mean, of course I have it.
Oh my God, Marvin, it's not the payment. Did you ask Profa?
He's like, well, I don't know Profa very well. She has I know that you know her, and of course, everybody. I mean, everyone knows you. I mean, for good or ill.
My God, Marvin, I don't remember much about our last encounter. All I know is that in my notebook I wrote disappointing, and I see that nothing has changed. I will come to your inn after I bandage the sick and wounded here, and I will give you my decision, but you need to go.
He nods, and he's trying to back out. He's like bumping people.
Yeah.
And you can sort of see him out the window.
Rosie watches the whole time.
Exactly. You can see out the window. There's a group of other halflings. You can see them sort of down near the edge, near the sill, and they're looking at him expectantly. And you can see him nod. And one of them smacks him on the back of the head as they leave down the street.
So Rosie takes all that in, and she's like, God, my kin, they're very charming. I have a great deal of affection for the halfling race, but oof-a-doof, they do try my patience. Anyway, okay, bandage time.
Absolutely. So it goes on like this for several hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Given the weight of the task, the town has done quite well. You wonder if there isn't a lot of hidden talent that has retired in Red Larch.
Hidden battle talent?
It's possible.
Cool.
You wonder if there's others like Profa, or if the town is simply there's something about it that attracts those who had a martial life, and then we're looking to get away from it.
That's something that I would perhaps find very
Novel.
familiar. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. It appears to have happened at least one more time.
Yeah. Who knew?
Right?
During that time, I'm gonna. Where are you right now, Walnut?
Where are you?
Standing there for hours, I guess.
Are you just holding Brahma?
I'm happy to go into it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say that we completed 3 quests.
Whoa!
We have 2 open quests now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
That's nice. That's nice. So definitely, if you could be so kind as to put that paperwork in and receive payment from the head office, and then during the break, I'll make sure you get your
Fantastic.
Your goods.
Wonderful. Well, that's all I wanted. Who cares about Brahma?
No, I care about Brahma. What's going on with Brahma?
Okay, so where am I during this? So I would imagine that during this time, I would have come in and found a place to, because Brahma's in no shape to be running. I see that.
She seems a little confused, startled by small sounds. Definitely in need of the support, not only of you, but Auspicia has provided another leg of the stool.
So I don't want her out of my sight.
That's reasonable.
So I'll put her somewhere where I can see her.
Absolutely. There's chairs. The chairs are not. There's definitely stools or chairs that you could take advantage of here.
So I'll put her in one. But the other thing that I would have done, that I would do, is walk up to Profa.
Mm-hmm.
And
she is definitely like hunched over a table. She has a man's hand clasped, and she's just whispering to him down on the table.
I reach in to my pocket and I pull out a fistful of good berries. And I say, they're not much help, but give these to the very wounded.
She cuts you off. You say they're not much help, and she puts her hand like on the back of your neck and puts her forehead on your forehead. Just very, very, just quick, fast. All the information is there. No words were required. She gives the man one
1 HP.
This is what I mean for members of the C team. That is trivia. For someone who lives in Red Larch, that's all they have. And as these berries find their way through the drawn and courtier, the outflow begins to overcome the inflow.
Nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
They finally have use. I've been offering them to people for 58 episodes.
Good berry is fucking for regular people. Good berry is no fucking joke.
So after doing that, I'll go and there's not much else I can do. I'm out of all my spell slots for the day, so I can't even heal Brahma. So
Auspicia has brought over like a cup of hot tea.
Okay.
To Brahma, who is just sort of like holding it on her knee. She hasn't touched it. It's just there steaming.
Okay. So I'll go over and I kneel at her feet, just kind of looking at her, studying her. 'Cause this doesn't seem like, she is not in the same state I left her in. This is not like the person that I knew.
It seems like a lot has occurred. Your eye is sort of drawn to that scar on the left side of her head that looks like a mortal. It looks in every respect like a mortal wound.
A mortal wound. And how does it look? It's a scar. It's not fresh.
It's red and angry.
Okay.
But on the surface of the skin.
Nasty. Okay, so I think I want to give her some time. I don't want to, while we're in the middle of this triage room, jump on her.
Right.
So I think Walnut would just sit and look at her for a while.
Yeah. So the two of you sit in stillness while the drawn courier and the people in it perform a sacred duty. And it's late. It's late by the time this work is complete. Profa sniffs hard a couple times, maintains it, keeps it together, and begins arranging the tables in their classic configuration. Grabs a bucket and begins to scrub the place down.
Rosie she's like drying her hands. She's just washed them, and she looks her age very much. Mm-hmm. She comes over to you and she says, What are we going to do with her tonight?
And I'll look at Brahma and then walk you a few feet away.
Okay.
And I look at you and I go, I'm not going to let her out of my sight.
Okay.
And I can tell you that if she leaves at this point, I mean, that's it.
Okay. At this point, Rosie's sort of equally concerned that Brahma will vanish again and destroy the rest of what is Walnut, but also that she will turn on you and kill you. Like, there's like a 50-50 chance. There's no chance.
Oh yeah, that's not even
good.
in Walnut's mind. Walnut's just like worried that she's going to leave.
Oh,
Right,
God, Walnut. You hot mess. Okay, so Rosie gives you a very hard look. She says, don't let her out of your sight, and don't let her into your head. Understand?
Yes, grandmother.
Okay. So then she's your ward. She's your responsibility. Rosie gives Brahma a very hard, long look too, and I don't think she's even looking, but she's just like, oof. She's committing every detail of this new Brahma to memory just in case she needs to fucking put a wanted poster up somewhere.
Exactly. Could I get a perception check from you,
Yes, you can.
Cthulhu?
Yes, you may.
I have something for Chris.
That's
Jack.
No.
Jack.
Jacques.
Ooh, Jack, good. Dope.
You're gonna love that. I think that's 22.
Yum, yum, yum.
I perceive.
By what?
Your awareness is almost like is something like a pulp cereal. Like it sort of opens and closes at in media res
Oh yeah.
at various points.
It's like suddenly I'm awake.
Yeah. And at one point, when your eyes flutter open, you see a massive copper dragonborn snout. And
Where is it?
right in your face.
Okay.
And he says, and Dinar says, I'll be back.
Where are you going? Are you all right?
I don't think so. I need to go to Jannar.
Did you know?
What do you think? He has taken on a serious cast. And not just because I'm not up to the task of doing Ryan Hartman. He and I spoke about how those events would affect him.
Well, tell the others.
Yeah, he says, I hope it doesn't happen in here. I think he would wreck the place.
Yeah.
He says, I would wear this place like a hat.
That is troubling. Troubling image.
He gives you
These people need comfort.
He gives you a couple quick pats on the side of your face. And then you see him actually walk through the kitchen into the back and then leave back out through the alley. And in the crush of people and real trauma and trial, he is able to do so with ease.
And now so that happened right around this
Yeah,
scene, I imagine.
we're moving toward the stairs as well.
I have something to ask Cthulhu.
You should.
And I want to do this before we go upstairs. I say, Cthulhu, can you set an alarm?
I can.
I'm nervous. And it's not that I don't trust Brahma. It's that I don't think she's herself. Can you alarm my room?
Yeah, so I have alarm, but as a ritual.
So it just take you a while.
Just a little extra time, right?
So what, 10 minutes to cast ritual?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah. And I agree. I before I start though, I say, Myliki, how are your wounds?
I say, I say.
I love that it hasn't come up once.
Yeah, actually, that's actually really great. It'll be like at this moment that like the pain of it,
The real weight.
like washes over her. She's at 11, so bad. And she'll like put a hand on Krithish's shoulder, and she'll say, "Well, we made it through this time."
And at this point, Kathris looks pointedly at Brahma and says, "I mean all of your wounds."
What got Amy?
This is a rare
Yeah, no,
insight.
this is very insightful.
Yeah.
Walnut looks at Brahma and looks back at Kithris. And she just says, I don't know. I don't know. And then she gets really, really quiet, and she kind of leans in a little bit closer, and she just goes, "What should I do?"
I think it's common to not know. And that's why it's my least favorite type of wound.
Has Kathris been heartbroken before?
Maybe.
200 years ago.
Yeah.
Fanfic.
Yeah, I don't know what Kathris would offer. Let me think.
No, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Walnut, nods and like straightens back.
Oh,
up,
they're
like,
nice.
Like absolutely did not just ask that. And does like the clap on the shoulder, like.
Yeah, I don't budge because I'm now in my own reverie about those wounds. Thinking about, like, I've now gone from whatever your situation is to
Just
thinking
live
about.
somewhere else. Well, it's probably like reverie, right?
Well, yeah.
And if you have 2 hit points, maybe you just go in and out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's the hour of your death, right?
That's pretty close, yeah.
Do you, so I think Rosie would be politely eavesdropping on this conversation and then
Politely.
And then impolitely.
And just like the head just raises up between the two of us
what are we talking about?
until
but
actually
it's
just a hit.
It's under the cape. Like first he just looks at the cape is going up, and then it's Rosie slips off.
And you're just like trying to delicately move the cape, move it off of you so you can be visible.
Do you want help getting up the stairs? Rosie would offer you her tiny little arm
Oh, that would be appreciated.
and drag your long noodle body ka-thunk,
Yeah.
up each stair.
He just goes limp again.
Yeah, exactly. She grabs him by the scruff.
You know what? Sometimes it's just easier. Like, why risk more damage by misjudging what you were going to do? So, yes.
All right, she hauls your ass up the stairs then.
Yeah, I'll help Brahma up too.
Yeah. So tell me about the alarm ritual.
So that one I actually don't have it. I don't have the
Oh,
data
I know.
written down.
I know what it does.
Oh, I know. I want to.
Because we've definitely put it to work before.
We have before.
I just want to know how. I want to know how Kathris
flavor.
establishes it.
It's like a 10-foot cube or something, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah, but here's how I will flavor it. Whoops, sorry.
20-foot cube.
That's spicy.
Smoky ranch.
A 3 alarm.
Ancho.
I will. What I do is I make marks in the ground or marks in the air
There we go.
on a surface, and these are statements that I know to be true. And when the object passes through them, it destroys the grammar of the statement. It is no longer a coherent.
Oh, and as soon as it's improper,
I will know.
right?
I
As
have
soon
become aware.
as it's insincere
Yes.
in any way.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
flavor.
amazing. I love that.
All right, so you should do it, and then let's say because there's the central door that goes into the meeting room. Let's just say that you get over to your room, and then maybe just like rest your forehead against the door.
This is enough.
Yeah, this close.
Yeah, I can't even like it hurt too much to open the door, so I just
Lean.
it's the cool door on my forehead.
It's such a relief.
Rose is not going to help. It's like he's happy there.
He's got a great thing.
Yeah.
He has a great thing going over there.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Slides
That's
down.
fine.
Yeah.
That's how my corgi sometimes will sleep. He'll go up to a door, you're the door, and he'll put his whole body flat against it, and then he'll slide until his face is like
just
this.
like an egg
crushed.
in a pan, just
Yeah.
like an omelet.
He wants to be lazy, but he wants his head to be up just in case there's something interesting that's going on.
The appearance of
Yes.
he needs like a thing to like a
He does. He
lounge
desperately
chair.
He needs a
Yeah.
chaise lounge.
yes.
Walnut Dongrass,
Oh boy.
heir of the EPA.
Yeah.
Describe for me this process. How do you offer care?
So there's a bed in Walnut's room
There is.
that I doubt she has ever used in her time there.
Does she prefer to sleep on the floor?
Yeah.
Well, we've actually discussed this, I think.
Yeah. So she'll walk Brom over to the bed and she tucks her in, just so. Gets her all, fluffs and buffs, pillows, all that stuff. And she'll go and then sit at the foot of the bed. And she's just kind of looking at Brahma.
She has her lute with her. It was brought back out. She's clutched it varyingly and then sort of set it away from her. She can't seem to decide what her relationship to this object should be.
Oh.
And so now she sort of set it near the pillow with the body of it leaned against the bed. And then occasionally she will reach over for it and just rest a hand on the neck.
And Walnut being Walnut, who is without tact.
She's a lot.
She's a lot. We'll just start this conversation. She says, I want to know what happened to you.
She says, before or after I died.
I have so many questions. How did you die?
She reaches up to the scar and then can't quite bring herself to touch it. And then she says, I tried to make sure Sorsha had a place to come home to. And the people of that town had a place to live, but it was always a fool's errand. I should have left immediately.
Why was
I
that?
think maybe I'm done doing things for other people.
Marry me.
Walnut can't help but chuckle, and she says, I never knew why you were fighting with them.
Oh, she says, Sorsha and I go way back.
Oh.
Our team had done work in Scala before. We had been there during another attempt like this. And this time we weren't able to stop it.
Who bested you?
She says, those who enter Tiamat's service don't die in the classic sense. she says, Shimmerscale sits on the throne of Scala. And I should know, because killing me once apparently wasn't good enough for them.
This is
She scoots herself back up.
troubling information.
She scoots herself back up, and then just rests her back against the headboard. And like there's a wincing breath as she assumes that seated position.
Well, it says, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for you.
She says, "You did it. You did everything. I knew that if I brought them here, you would fix it." And you did.
I had a lot of help.
Who?
Walnut thanks to the shining, glistening dragon god that was flying around and says, my associates come to mind.
She reaches over and pulls the lute up onto the bed and just like rests it on her lap. And then just sort of like thoughtlessly you start to see its operation. It's like she's not thinking about the process that she's doing, but you think it may be some kind of a maintenance.
Okay.
So she just brushes her hand over the keys on the neck, and then you hear each of them tighten a slightly different, like as her fingers touch them, each of them sort of winds itself, tuning itself without effort.
That's cool.
And then she rolls it over. She's just watching you. She rolls it over, and you see different pouches. It almost like a lazy Susan almost. The back of it can like open. It sort of slides in like a dome, and then you see two portions of it. There's actually things that are stored inside, and she withdraws a couple healing potions, and then offers you one.
And there's no one else watching, so Walnut will take it.
Does she like look around just in
Yes, she does.
You look out the window and you see a crow on the windowsill go, ah! Like hop, hop.
And I shoot it dead, and then I take it.
No, it's
No animals within my sphere.
it's watching pretty intently.
A crow?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's literally watching?
Yeah. It's like hopping around when it sees you, like lift the potion and go, ah! Ruffles its feathers up, pecks on the window a couple times.
It pecks on the window?
Yeah, a couple times.
I make this motion, a shoo.
It pecks a couple more times and flies away.
Okay. And then I nervously look at Brahma, like she just caught me interacting with an animal. And like, that's like my like savage nature coming out.
She says, "I know about you. I know who you are."
What are we? What am I to you?
Right now,
Yes.
everything.
Then why didn't you come with me?
Why didn't you stay?
I had no reason to stay.
I'm not a good enough reason?
You didn't... I feel like that's unfair.
Do you say that, or is that what...
No, Walnut says, I feel like that's unfair.
Is Walnut saying that it's
Walnut
unfair?
says, I feel like that's unfair. To ask me to enter a fight that was not mine.
If I'm in it, maybe it's your fight. I put myself in your fight. Maybe you don't remember how you got out of Scala.
I remember.
This is the best game. I mean, Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm so happy.
I'm used to being on my own. I haven't... If you know me, you know I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone. So, having someone in my fight, being in someone else's fight, that's new. That's not... That hasn't been me. I'm sorry.
She says, do you remember in my room on the Dragon's Hoard?
Well, it turns bright red. Yes.
She says...
Audience, do you remember?
Yeah, exactly. It's like in the comic, it has a little thing. It's like, issue 27,
Right.
page 26.
Editor.
She says, I seem to remember you were a quick learner. All right. So that'll be the end of that scene. We'll just put it right there. Unless you want more, in which case...
We do.
In which case I can give you more. Or we can move on and have different experiences that inflect our
podcast.
conversations even further.
For the podcast, I want you guys to know Walnut looks very unhappy at the moment. This is a stressful conversation for Walnut, but the rest of us are enjoying it.
No, it's
Quite a lot.
hey, this is Kay Welch from the Romance Squad. Just want to give everybody an update.
No, we can do you guys stuff and then we can just come back to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm asleep. Next.
This conversation did not take 4 hours, so I'm still in trance. So are you. You're sleeping.
Yeah. If you guys are talking into the night, I think Rosie would have put herself to bed a long time ago and getting that long rest.
Not
going on.
listening at the door?
Yeah.
No.
It does happen.
Really?
I really do think that she would want to, but it's you. It's Walnut. And so if it were anybody else, yeah, probably. But she's like, Walnut said she's got this, so she's got it. And she goes to bed.
Meanwhile, alarm is set up correctly, but the glyphs are vibrating like through a window, like with the voices, and I can hear every bit of it. Every no.
It's inflecting his dark dreams.
Right. Weird dreams that night. Oh.
Did you say the alarm isn't set off to go when sexual energy passes through it, is it? Did you remember not to? Ooh, yikers.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's ever done that in one of my alarms. See what happens.
Yeah, I think the answer is literally we're both asleep and we want more of this scene.
We'll find out. So she hoists herself up off of the bed, goes over to the window, and slides the window up, and goes out onto the roof.
Wait a minute.
Following her out there. Yeah.
If she's on the roof, that's going to break the bounds.
Yeah.
20-foot cube? Is she going to set off alarm?
It's a 20-foot cube, but I wouldn't be like, and if she wants to go on the roof, that's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
Like, it's the bounds of the room.
It goes off, like in your mind. You hear a
trance.
You hear a sharp indication.
Oh man, I want to see what firefighter Chris gets up to.
Let's do this.
I forget if alarm tells you like where it was breached. I imagine it does.
The mystical tape.
Yeah.
Like the tiny hair you have taped
Over
to
the
it
doorknob, yeah.
has snapped. It was a mathematical, a very simple, for Cathris, mathematical principle that is now completely ruined.
I put that one by the window.
There you go.
I know it. So it could see outside.
And enjoy itself.
Yeah, well, it was alone.
Would you contact me or would you tell on me?
I would. Shoot, that's a good question because my first thought was go get Rosie.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to be great.
Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Hold on, let me parse this as Cathris. Let me
This
see
is
what
gonna be
the true result is.
So great.
Wake up, alarm has tripped.
I better makeup.
Like, no, exactly.
So here's the thing.
But immediately, like, head on it, it's just like,
Yeah, just
become erect.
you can't even tell. If you're standing by me, you can't tell I was awake now. I've been trying to maintain like awakened mind so that at least there's line of sight. So I would. Is there a keyhole? I would want to look around in that room.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's a keyhole.
Okay, and I don't see either of you then.
There may not even be a key for it, but there's a keyhole.
Right. But I don't see that. Then there's no way that I can.
Yeah, either of us.
I
are
can
gone.
send to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can.
I don't have a spell slot right now.
Peeking in, you can
Window
see.
open.
Well, yeah, you can see that the blankets are tawdrily.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Like arrayed,
Yeah. Disarray.
and through the keyhole, it's like that. They put like Vaseline on the lens when they in
Yeah.
Star Trek when they shoot when there's
See
a woman in the
curtains
camera.
are blowing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I know what happens in that kind of bed.
Yeah. But you can see that the window is open.
Yeah, not seeing you or her, I would go to I'd go to your door and gosh, I don't think I'd even knock on it. I'd look.
Oh, definitely
because I'm
not.
like I don't want to. If some's got seconds to act, so I look through your keyhole. So hopefully I can get.
Yeah.
Look at
So
mine.
you want to make in mind? I am sleeping adorable, like tight little tucked corners, just like the happiest little grandma. Like,
It's like the sheets are just like tight.
yep. Adorable little lump in the bed.
Rosie,
What?
my alarm went off. Their window is open.
Why did you set your alarm for fucking 10:30 p.m.? This doesn't make any sense.
No, the mystical alarm.
Got it. Uh-oh. And Rosie's
Yeah.
out. She's out the door. Where are they?
I don't know, but the window's open.
You can just talk to me normally. I'm standing right next to you now.
What if she's listening? What if
She just pushes your face. She pushes. Is your door unlocked? Can Rosie bust in?
Yeah, she can.
Okay. Rosie busts in. And she sees the window open. She's like, oh, crap. Blah. She runs to the window.
Come to my. Sorry.
And she puts her hands and she looks out both ways on the roof.
Yeah. So you peek out.
Yeah.
And you see Brahma looks over at you and just tilts her head. She's holding her lute basically so that it doesn't slide off of the pitch of the roof. She just has it resting on the.
Are you guys sitting?
Yeah.
So you're just chilling on the roof? Does Walnut see me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I look at you and then I go. I make the calm down.
Just wanted to see if you two kids needed anything.
That's such a mom
You
move.
got the sock on the door.
I
You
go.
need any drinks or snacks? You guys all set?
I'm good, Rosie.
Okay.
Thank you, grandmother.
Good night. Sleep tight.
Do you look
Love
at Brahma and say
you.
anything? Or are you just talking to Walnut?
No, she's not even making eye contact with
So
Brahma.
is each of those like? Have you left the window
Yes,
each of those and
yes,
come
and
back
come
each
back
time?
every time, yes.
Because that's always a great opportunity to catch people.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
she's trying to do. She's
Yeah.
like, ooh, they're gonna sneak a kiss. I'm gonna catch him. But she doesn't. So then she
okay?
pieces back out.
With the same rhythm after your last one. Now I'm here to check if you need something.
No. All good here, friend.
Okay.
Can I
Good night now.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
Can I add two more things? Okay, so the next glow man comes to the window and just puts his soft, bulbous hand, just gives it a couple taps. It has no mass.
No, it's just a
It
shell.
doesn't know what a window is. A couple quick taps, and then you see a soft sheet of velvet.
It's like Goodnight Moon over here. God.
Everything's saying goodnight.
The process takes 3 hours.
And Walnut just yells into the night, "Good night!" She looks at Brahma exasperatedly and goes, "I'm sorry. This is what it's like here."
She says, "This is better. This is better."
It's home.
Over Red Larch, we can see the two of you silhouetted. There is a silver moonlight over the roof of the house.
What are you gonna do now?
She says, "I'm going to ask Propha if she needs somebody to play on that stage."
For how long?
As long as she'll have me. I think maybe I've seen enough.
And Walnut just says, "You?"
She gets a distant look, like an inward look, and she says, "Yeah, me."
Walnut says,
Maybe smaller stages are a good change of pace for me now.
Walnut says, "Well, I hope you'll play again for me sometime."
Are you still in the room?
Yeah, are you listening at the door now?
Rosie is absolutely listening now. She hasn't actually left the room.
It's like,
Now, can you hit the pole so I can see what happened?
Oh, shit.
Fudge.
Dead again.
yeah.
Yeah, Rosie is standing just inside the window, so you guys can't see her, but she is, the fact that Brahma has already made it out on the roof,
Yeah.
and that you are still keeping an eye on her, but now she looks like a bouncer.
She's ready to.
Yeah, it's like the moment I hear little footsteps patter off the top of this roof, I'm out that window again. So she's listening.
Okay. She's a chaperone.
Yeah, unwitted. Walnut does not know she is being chaperoned. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Maximum safety.
Yeah, did you like cast silence and
No.
You just dwell in it.
No. I am within the shadows.
Dude, the ultimate sneak.
Yes. She is the ultimate sneak right
She's
now.
a sneak thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Walnut doesn't know, but
So
I feel good knowing that Rosie.
Walnut just said, "I hope you'll play again for me sometime."
Yeah.
And Rosie went,
almost said something?
"Yeah, she did." She's like, "Is it?"
Just like you reel it in.
That's it. That's the Rose reaction. She's like,
So you're outside the door?
"No, I'm inside the window with my back against it, listening
you
to
are?
their conversation on the roof." Yeah, yeah. Because I'm a little shit.
There's a knock at the door.
Can they hear it?
Yeah, you can hear the door. You can hear a knock.
I've gone to bed, by the way.
Yeah,
I have
you're
listened.
good.
I'm gone.
You did your thing.
Yeah.
Maybe back of the door?
Yeah.
Would you like to shadow step under the bed, or
Just give her that
do
option.
you want to get found out?
No, but I do think she's like hiding in the shadows in the corner of the room. So
Okay.
I think she's probably
Creepy.
If you'd like, she's creepy. Yeah.
Do that perception roll.
I could do a little stealth roll versus perception roll action.
Let's do
definitely
it.
do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's stealth.
I'm not even gonna take advantage on this.
Just crack up
No,
that target.
oh,
that's
that's
Jack.
Jack's
Jack.
stealth.
Oh,
Oh no.
got to beat a 10.
I did it. I got an 18.
Okay, so she's just there.
Okay, so I stick my head back in the door and I go, come in? Or in the window. I stick my
Yeah,
head in the window. 'Cause
exactly.
I'm not leaving Brahma.
Absolutely. You see a person back in through the door with a tray. Mm-hmm. It's as soon as she turns around, it's auspicious. Like it's obviously.
Oh,
But I like that you were in war mode
yeah.
already.
Who do I got to murder today?
Yeah, exactly. And Auspicious says, "Hello, grandmother. Did you?"
I look. Do I see her now?
Well, because she looks right at her.
Grandmother.
She says, "Is your friend hungry?"
I look at Brahma and give her the questioning face.
She nods.
And I say, yes.
She's like, "We'll hear." When she's ready for it, she sets down a couple cornerstones and a pot of tea.
Oh, man. I look at Brahma and I give her the,
The okay.
This is the good stuff.
yeah, oh, no, you'll like this.
Rosie, by the way, is as soon as Auspicia blew up her spot, she bends over and she's like picking up dirt off the floor. She's like, I just really, you really should clean up in here more. This is very distracting.
I thought you were saying like I was just here cleaning and thought I missed.
I'm just missed a few spots. There we go. Good night.
Thank you, grandmother.
Good night.
Anything else?
No. Just try to be a little tidier in here.
Thank you.
And Rosie goes.
And I shut the door. And then I open it really fast.
She's 100% there.
And then I close it really, really slowly.
She finds her way. Brahma finds her way into the window, and she grabs the tray and just sort of brings it over into the empty space in the side of on the floor in the side of the room, and sets the tray down, and then sort of sits down cross-legged, and then like here's a squeak in the floorboard.
Uh-oh.
And she reaches down and kind of like adjusts it.
And Walnut
Well, and she says,
twitches and gives it away.
she says, "Do you want me in there?"
There's nothing in there that you haven't seen, to tell you the truth.
She, with her eyes still focused on you, she slides the plank over and then proceeds to bring out a few things that you can look at together and discuss while tea and cornerstones are eaten. I think that's a good that's a good night.
Yeah.
We'll have the over on the other side of the roof, looking in, there is a sparrow that hops a couple times on the roof. And then we can see the room through the window from its perspective. And then it flies off, and you can see that it flies off toward the Red Larch Grove. Spy.
It's your daughter.
She's a tough lady. She's going to take care of her girl. Now, when the morning comes around, much as it was last year, the C team keeps very different hours, generally speaking, than Red Larch. but you think that the last Stones Day festivities might have started a little late this year, according to some secret, wordless compact that small towns like this tend to keep. And but you can hear the singing outside the window, and the chirping and rattle of the canary cages.
And this started
Pots and pans banging in the kitchen downstairs.
last year. It started right at sunrise, I think.
Yeah, they took their time this year.
Okay.
It was a big night.
And we're still late.
Yeah, still late.
Yeah.
You still managed to be late.
Right. And they're heading toward the quarry.
Oh yeah, so you guys these notes.
Yeah.
This cartographer.
Yeah.
This is some next level shit.
Now, last year, the things that we learned was that the monster, which we apparently called Cake Boss, comes every
You nerds.
50 years.
I'm here to tell you right now that it's very fun to have a pretend holiday
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that we can actually celebrate
Yep.
on an annual basis.
So I assume that because Profa knows her game, that she's been. It's beautiful.
It's not me singing.
So Profa knows her game, so she's been up baking. Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is like a
But
3 in the morning
she's
kind
gonna
of thing.
exactly. She's gonna be
Jamming.
she's gonna be a
Jamming.
part of this,
Yeah.
but her shit is gonna be on tight. Of
course.
You'll recall that she wasn't even able to do it last year because she'd been down in Waterdeep
Right.
seeing Audra
And
Courtier.
that was the debut of the Yum Yum Hut.
Indeed.
So Rosie will have been up with Profa. Like I assume she probably wouldn't have risen as early, but as soon as she's up, she hears the commotion in the kitchen. She's down there as a sous chef,
nice.
lending her assistance in the wee hours.
Do we skip the quarry this year?
No,
Do we want to do the quarry this year? I just want to get a read. Am I getting up for the quarry?
I have a good idea for the quarry this year. Yeah, so Rosie is in the kitchen with Profa, and it's that kind of
It's
easy.
yeah, it's wordless.
Like wordless, exactly. Like they don't need to speak. They're just sort of in that good
No.
dance.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And it's just perfect. But you are where she isn't, and vice versa. So this place is getting ready. Fires are stoked.
And she's doing like the classic strawberry, yeah?
Well, yeah. I mean, if she will give you one of the other kinds,
Okay.
but you'll know that it was the wrong choice.
Okay. All right. So the smell of this homemade strawberry jam is what you smell, right? When you like this is what Rosie is stirring, this giant vat of like bubbling strawberries and water and sugar that's reducing down into this delicious
I
compote.
was already smelling strawberries.
You are.
It was already there. No, I mean,
I'm joking. Jokes.
But yeah,
They're real.
it would be like probably comical to like wake up with that much strawberry smell for walnut.
it's too much.
Like chokingly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Strawberry.
cloying.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. Not to the point where it's cloying, but it would be like I could imagine Walnut would wake up and be like, "Oh, come on.
yeah, like
She's been in my room for 6 hours."
I get it. We get it, universe.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
My strong suspicion is so that these noises are already happening. I don't think anybody slept in the bed.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the bed is there primarily as a decor. You know what? The loot is in the bed.
Oh yeah,
in.
tucked in.
The loot is on the bed. The neck is on the pillow.
Sleep.
Everybody else. The tray is sort of over by the door.
Was it like a spoon on the floor situation?
Teapots here. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
That's the
Spoons?
snare. That's the snare.
What would Walnut do?
You weren't in there.
Walnut was probably Big Spoon because of Brahma's ordeal.
Okay.
Yeah, ordeal.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
But normally, Little Spoon.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's power exchange. You know what I mean? Like it's an energy. Like, and we can all use it. So you're starting to see families moving through, and in fact, you see like a substantially greater population moving through town.
And are they all dressed in? They were dressed in black last year, but holding the cages.
Definitely.
And everybody is still doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. A little perception check is a great opportunity, not just to roll and have fun, but also to give people cool shit.
Oh, sure.
Of which I have a
try
heap.
too.
Well, I'll take an advantage then. Okay.
Whoa. Oh,
Okay. Well, that's I think that's a
mark.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the garb that you see is not traditional.
Okay.
Like, it's definitely dark and it definitely evokes the right thing, but it's much nicer
Oh,
than you saw last year.
like fancy city folk with their last homestay.
You think there may be a little tourism going on here. I mean, there was a, obviously Galabast Welver definitely, I mean, essentially his entire plan was to make this sort of bulbous leap in the local population and then monetize. Now that population is still here and they must be serviced.
Right.
So I want to come downstairs, and I see that
That long rest.
there's activity in the kitchen, and I think of just saying good morning, but I remember how it went last year, and I think I will just avoid the kitchen entirely. I want to go out, poke my head out to see the long road. I just want to know, like, where is that Welver's former
his
that
hasty and
site?
tasty?
Right. What is the state of it?
Right now, it is about 60% rubble.
Whoops.
The hasty and tasty is in better shape,
Right. The storm's destroyed.
but the storeroom adjoining is a mess.
What was and he had erected a sign or like some kind of
Oh, yeah, indeed. There's two sort of faux columns out front that reach up toward the top with a kind of glass gemstone.
and that's still there?
Oh,
It's still in
yeah.
good
The
shape? Okay.
front of that, Walnut hadn't gotten to that yet.
Right, okay.
Not
I'm
yet.
just curious. All right, just curious. Yeah, but I'm downstairs now. I don't see you anywhere yet.
No, but if I hear the singing, I'll rouse and
Yeah, it's starting to happen.
I'll get Brahma up too and say, "This is a thing we do. This is a day that we
Is it?
do."
She says, "I'm grievously injured." She holds her side.
And I say, "I seem to remember a potion that we drank last night."
Damn it. All right. she
Well,
gets
it goes. I get it.
she gets up to her feet and grabs just like thoughtlessly just like snatches the loot up and throws it over her back.
Walnut goes to say, "You won't need that," but remembering last year goes, and we'll make our way downstairs.
Absolutely. So Prafa still has not said a single word. You can see a strange device, a kind of machine that is constructed from two implacable women sort of whirring around each other in a kind of purposeful orbit in the kitchen. The only sound is the occasional pan.
Grandmother.
Good morning. How did you sleep? It was a very meaningful look.
Walnut wanting to not remind you again that she never sleeps. Says, good. And then she just says, questioningly, the quarry?
The quarry. Yeah. And Rosie, this is kind of an awkward memory for her. Now that I will do a flashback for anybody who doesn't remember
Well,
what happened last year.
Here, be sure to look meaningfully into the camera while you do the flashback. That's vital.
So, last year, we followed these fools with the canaries out to the quarry, and there was a big old cake, and there were these little kids that were grabbing hunks of the cake, throwing them in the quarry, and saying people's names. And Rosie thought that was like, you were just throwing cake in for people that you like. So she threw cake in, and she said the names of her 3 compatriots for whom she had already grown fond. And a child ran up to her and said, "How did they die?" And she said, "Whoops!"
And that's why we had such a shitty year.
Rosie cursed you with cake. So that's the memory that plays in her head when Walnut says the quarry. Rosie's like, "Oh, right, yeah." I think now that we all understand the rules a little better for what goes on in the quarry, I think we could make a visit this year. We've had some folks we could maybe mourn during Last Stone's Day today, don't you think? Have we lost anyone we give a crap about? This is out loud.
No, I was gonna say it has to be out loud.
In character, she's like, no, maybe not, but
Not anymore.
I think we should go. That cake was good. And I bet Grella, I bet Grella will be out there again this year, so we can say hi to her.
So Dinar had some business in.
Who's Dinar?
Okay. Well, we'll go.
Right.
He's in Jannar. On business. He patted me on the head.
That's condescending.
But I'm sure it was, and I'm sure that we will. I'm sure he would go to the quarry if he was with us. So quarry, we'll go to the quarry. I'm putting the sun hat on. Like, we'll do the quarry. We'll do the quarry. Quarry.
Gunther's is all excited.
It's important to observe tradition.
Rosie's already got a plate of quarterstones out for you. Fresh jam. She plops it down. It lands beautifully. Right on the plate. Just slides in. Gets you guys all set up with piping hot cornerstones. Fresh
doesn't
out.
like city food, but Rosie's cornerstones.
This one's okay.
This one's all right.
This
You
one's
don't
all
have to eat it with the jam. You
No.
can do the flavorless dry cornerstone.
Yeah.
Just like it's just for calories.
This is function.
It's gonna be a
fuel.
big day.
Food is fuel, grandmother.
With the dip.
Okay.
Right.
Z.
I was gonna say, and
Is Auspicia coming?
exactly. Auspicia's in the doorway, like waving everyone out.
Let's go.
Okay.
She has dark attire, but her face does not betray the solemnity of the event.
Rosie's just got the one outfit, so you look pretty good.
I'm okay. I'll use a mask of many faces to look like the version of me wearing black.
Oh man!
Oh, this is great because
It's like having a Barbie wardrobe.
well, no, it's going to be kick-ass because obviously when we release the Cathris line of action figures,
Yeah.
it's like
action figures.
the special pre-order
Yeah.
is going to be Last Stone's Day Cathris.
Right.
And then you could just do an infinite number. It's like Mask of Many Faces 1, Mask of Many Faces 2, and you just print just a cash cow.
Oh, yes. What else should I look like this episode?
Okay, so
But yeah, so you can peek out and
Very excited.
and enter this this flow from the town out to the east and north in this wide open area that once saw a tremendous amount of activity and defined the town, and now is host to what looks like a dark choir of sorts gathered around a cart over which has been laid a heavy, dark tarp, but you know perfectly well, there's no element of darkness here. This is only the first part, and as Grella Predator draws it back, children hurriedly hand their canaries to their parents, get their spades, and proceed to attack the cake. And then each of them is throwing handfuls into the mine.
What does the cake look like this year?
It's supposed to look like a stone. It just has kind of a geometric cast to it.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't look good, but it does taste good. But nobody comes to this. Nobody celebrates Last Stone's Day for this cake. And this cake is being thrown to ghosts. It's they don't spend a lot of time on it, but it's Grella,
right?
So it's still going to be good.
So Rosie, this year, she's going to do it right. She's been thinking about it.
Well, she's not a child, so she's not doing it right.
Well, she's very short. She chooses to believe this is a height-based restriction.
She goes to go do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And Rosie, she also just loves hanging out with kids, so she's in there with the kids. And I assume that a bunch of these are the orphans from what is the new lighthouse, which someone on Twitter, I believe, proposed the name Treehouse,
works.
which I love.
It works.
So these are the orphans for the treehouse, and Rosie recognizes them all. And maybe a couple of them come up and grab her hand because
Oh yeah, well because they often have. I mean, they've got people who they've got a reason to throw cake in many cases.
Yeah, and so I think Rosie would want to be there anyway. But she grabs a handful of the cake, and this time she runs up with the kids and she throws hers in and she says Helm.
Oh.
The name of
Ho Ho, Helm Mine Song.
Yeah, the name of the ghost that helped us in the show. Rosie's been thinking about Helm and that strange lifestyle that the ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. So as you throw it in and say it, you think you see a couple blinking lights deep in the darkness of the mine entrance.
She would wave.
Yeah, exactly. And as you see the rest of the children throwing things in, you can see that their eyes linger in that place as well.
The kids can see the eyes
after they have thrown something in.
So then Rosie would gather them and tell them like those eyes belong to Helen Mindsong, and she would tell them the story of how this little enclave of ghosts helped them defeat Tiamat, like the dragon god. And of course it sounds like some legend probably to these children, but it's an actual account of the battle that we just got out of. She spices it up.
Oh yeah, she
adds some flavor in there.
She gets it cranked up.
Yeah. We were all dragon gods.
All of us, especially me.
2 different dragons.
So she amps up the volume of Dinar's transformation, and like his dragon was 10 times bigger than Tiamat. And
it's all
mythological.
And it's just like they're listening to it and they're taking it in. They don't believe a word.
That's okay.
They love it. They love the story, and they love that they're being told it. But there's aspects of, especially Dinar.
Right. They know Dinar. They've met Dinar.
She can't roll to bluff him?
Oh, hey, I'm all about that perform check.
Make a legend.
Oh my God.
Make a legend.
All right.
Yeah, creative.
No pressure here. I will take advantage on this. So I'm doing deception. Oh boy.
For children.
Okay.
Sing a song.
Deceive these children.
Come on, deceive the children. Oh no. I got an 8.
Rancid.
It's a porous retelling of the tale. You were there, physically there, but at one point you forget Cathris's name. You have to point over at Cathris and just him. You know him.
Yeah. The blue one with the hat.
Senior moment.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, for sure. It's filled with senior moments.
Wait a minute. Okay, I wanted, that was insight. I believe you.
You were very hurt.
Yeah. No, I'm like, how long was I knocked out, or did I lose consciousness? What,
So you're just nodding.
Bigger?
You're nodding along the entire time.
You went down fighting 20 foes. 20 foes with knives.
As many as that? I remember the
so many.
knives.
Yep.
The knives definitely made an impression.
It felt like 25.
Shadow Council, Mayor Lavery Spleasy. Hey, we are at the break. We're going to come back and we're going to serve up some cornerstones. Hot and fresh. It's going to happen. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Hello. I'm Jerriford K. Horkins. And this is Tennessee Teams. Now, when last we saw our heroes, the cultural festival of Red Larch, slightly off to a late start due to last night's subterranean revelries, which may or may not have involved at least one of Tiamat's heads doing her absolute best to project into the prime material plane. It didn't work. My understanding is that heroes were able to deal with it.
You got to see all the rest of our heads too.
There were a lot of heads.
No, yeah, you saw. Yeah, you
saw some shit.
Yeah, you probably have the most terrifying vision of all of it because you know how close it was.
It was close.
It was close. But
Nightmares.
so that is the scenario. Grella Predator is looking at a completely empty cart. There isn't a crumb left on this cart. And you can see her just sort of muttering to herself, like her eyes look like she's doing some kind of mathematical assessment. You can see her performing math in midair with her right hand.
So Rosie, she's kind of like climbed back up to where the cart is, and all the kids are screaming and they run off. And Rosie says to Grella, "Might need a bigger cake next year."
She says, "I might need 2 cakes."
You might need 2 cakes.
A lot of dead.
He's really cheerful about it.
More dying every day. I'm surprised 2 cakes might do it. You know?
She looks over at you and her face is flat and featureless. And then she says, "It's a growth markup." And she grabs her, she starts to scoot with the assistance of her gentle horse, starts to scoot her operation back up onto that bluff just above the town. You'll recall that last time she ended up having to go north.
Right.
Pretty quickly, but she ran down the basics of the process with you.
Right.
But this time, Propha is at the helm.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Okay. So Rosie would ask Grella Predator, are you going to be staying through Last Stone's Day with us today?
She says, I think the place is full up.
Oh, surely.
She looks at all these, she looks at this massive rain cloud of people sort of scooting and collecting and draining back into the town of Red Larch.
Well,
and she said, I would.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're kind of a big deal in town. We don't run the Drowning Courtier, but we know Propha very well. So maybe we could find a spot.
She says, I know Propha.
How well do you
very
know Propha?
well.
What is she like? Like, what are her interests? Do you know? Does she have any hobbies?
She sits. She sort of leans her back against the edge of the cart, and she folds her arms, looking down again from this high place where you can see the mouth of the mine, and you can see the last few people filing out. You see a child emerge like an electron from that cloud, run back, get a caged canary, and then come back and then join the rest of the group. She says, "What do you want to know?"
Wow.
And don't tell her I told you.
Okay. Well, I find her so impressive, and I want her to be impressed with me. And I don't know how to do that.
You want Prophet to be impressed by you?
Yeah. Yes.
Kill 1,000 people.
Done.
Really?
Yeah. Damn near.
Have you brought this up?
I mean, it's not something I usually go around bragging about.
Well, now, were you undertaking a valorous mission? Maybe don't bring it up.
Yeah.
Do we hear this?
I don't think so. No, Rosie
okay.
would never say this where she thought you two could hear, because this is very much like this is her saying it's weakness, right? Like she's not gonna to let you know that she's trying to impress Profa.
Yeah.
It's such a juvenile thing to want to do, right? She would definitely be like, her eyes are scanning for you two in particular, and the moment you come anywhere within earshot, this conversation is going to be very different. Where are you guys?
I am recounting Cthulhu's tentacular spectacular from last year to Brahma in front of Cthulhu and trying not to crack up.
This and is then like the cooking, that like the last don't say cooking tentacular.
Yeah. And I go, and I say, and then all these tentacles came out from every which way. Right?
Brahma says you can't have a warlock in the kitchen. Like I thought everybody, don't let him in there.
He tries his best.
Nobody told this warlock that they were all right, that I had no business anywhere near the celebration.
That's it.
Isn't that the one where Walnut became Croconut?
Yeah.
That was the day.
Because you had to eat all the Christmas you had to like choke the choke the whole thing down.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. And then I'm like, and then I had to eat them all, and they did not taste very good.
Oh, Brahma! You should have seen it.
Brahma.
It was a valiant effort.
Taps your belly a couple times. Like
I suck in.
It was incredible. She took them on herself so that the holiday could continue.
Oh yeah, she's
unruined by me.
She has an appetite. For certain.
This is playing Wingman. I look at that and I give him like a really tiny thumbs up. I'm like, thank you.
I just realized you're wearing your scissoring shirt today.
I am.
I'm very happy about it.
Oh, very nice.
They're your diddle fingers.
Yes, I diddle fingers. Yes.
Very nice.
Wonderful. Thanks, Autostraddle. Bink.
Then Rosie, does she have any? She's still talking to Grella. She's like, does she have any, like, I don't know. I know that she's married and she seems very happy. What?
Well, it's not my place.
What? I mean, idle gossip. I wouldn't spread it, but you could share it with me. I'm vault of secrets.
She was.
She was? Past tense?
Well.
What happened?
Well,
she and Audra were so happy.
Yes. She and Audra are married.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
But she wasn't. She wasn't always married to Audra.
What was going on before?
My understanding is that he now he runs the Wayrest Inn.
Oh. Yes. We have met him. Father Gordon.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we met him in the winter of last year.
Sturdy fellow.
Yes. Yes.
Like a weapon rack.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I could hang some armaments off of that boy. That's for sure.
The tension builds to too great a level. She has to knock her knuckles hard on the deck of the cart a couple times.
I feel ya.
hot. Too hot. Let's go.
There's a sex alarm
There's
goes off.
just a sound.
From way far away, the sex alarm goes off.
And she's like, no, it's striding across. What is going on?
Okay, well, so she and Father Gordon were married and they had children.
Yes.
And why did they break up? What caused them to break up?
Some say Audra.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've seen her play.
Some say that.
I get it.
Not me. I don't say it.
I get it.
But there are those that do.
Goodness gracious.
There are those that do.
Okay.
And it's a good match.
Oh, yes. I agree.
It's a good match. Puts Gordon back on the market.
You got eyes on that? Like, was it? Oh, yes. Yeah. I met him. Does he ever wear a shirt?
She shakes her head as though in the grip of a dark dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the podcast.
For the podcast,
Chris is pointing at his
Chris
junk.
is pointing at his zone appreciatively. Oh, actually, no, in a chastising way.
Yeah.
Hey,
Knock it off.
reel it in.
Not now.
Yeah, I guess it does put Gordon back on the market. And Rosie has, I guess it's safe to say that she's got a short attention span when it comes to her sexual targets. So she's like, oh yeah, Father Gordon, not married. One cool thing about him.
That's all you need, really.
Yeah.
Great data. It's not
Okay.
a big deal.
She's still like I think Rosie's got honestly a genuine crush on Profa.
a roster. Yeah.
Well, and she does have a roster,
definitely.
but I think that her like the Profa's just been coming thick. Like
She's a tough lady.
She's a tough lady. She kicks ass in battle,
gets shit
which
done.
Rosie got to see firsthand, like not hours ago, and she knows her way around the kitchen. Like those are all things that
These are virtues.
Those would tick Rosie's boxes in a heartbeat. And I'm like, oh God, I just had a really dirty thought. She's gonna go tick her box later.
Whoa! Hey,
I'm so sorry.
Not Rosie Bistinger. Hey, well, stop it. It's a family program.
Podcast. I'm yelling at your junk.
Stop. Listen up.
Knock it off.
You gotta reel it in.
Yeah, so I think that then she would be like, okay, well, I think that you should come stay at the Drowned and Courtier. And if we can't find anywhere for you, I know at least 2 elves that don't even use their beds, so we can throw you in one of their rooms. I'm confident. You've done so much for us these last 2 years.
She's like, all right,
Yes,
all right,
come on,
all right.
party with us. Plus,
All right.
I just as she's now kind of like walking with Greta. She's like, Greta, I keep saying that.
Yes.
She says, I just this morning made a huge batch of what I'm gonna go ahead and claim are the finest cornerstones yet. I think you're gonna really enjoy them.
Really?
Yeah,
His
and-
ears are twinging somewhere.
Yeah, you get impressed Profa with that.
That's my.
Wow.
She says, well, yeah. I mean, I couldn't wait. I mean, I'm a little embarrassed. I did have one on my way into town
Where?
from the new Ironbark Inn. They were not around when I came through last time, but it was. Whew. She checks her fingers for a trace of powdered sugar. Administrates a classic lick.
Interesting. Ironbark Inn, you say?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would swear that was Profa's recipe.
Ooh, yeah.
Wee woo.
One more again.
Interesting. They're charging reasonable price there at the Ironbark Inn?
Well, it's Last Stone's Day. I mean, everybody has to get their taste.
Cool. Now her pace is like increased. She's very much like, Grella, I think you'll really enjoy staying at the Drowned Courtier tonight. She's trying to execute this errand as quickly as possible because the Ironbark Inn needs to be dealt with ASAP.
Right. So you bring her over. She's able to tuck her cart in alongside the DNC and the carriage house. She can find a little bit of room there.
Okay. So find a table. I will join you shortly. Have some quick business to take care of. And she's like trying to make eye contact with you two. Are you guys around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back. Yeah.
Okay.
You're probably back. I mean, the Drawn Courtier is definitely like this flow is going to a couple places in town. And the Drawn Courtier is definitely a magnet for this new clientele.
Okay.
No doubt as a result of Minson and his review in Waterdeep.
Minson, have we spotted Minson at all?
You have not seen him yet.
Okay. So then I assume that some of this traffic is heading north toward that Ironbark Inn. Is that safe to say? Like some of the people are coming to the DNC, they're seeing the wait is too long.
Well, basically, imagine a wave. So as it's coming through on the East Road, imagine that it's kind of breaking in a wave along that crescent on the east side.
Gotcha.
And then that northernmost path is going up. And there's a few small places that do it. There's a cart and things like that. I mean, everybody wants a cornerstone, but but you can definitely see that it's like they're breaking on an invisible wedge.
Okay.
And beginning to flow in both places.
Okay, so if everyone is making cornerstones, I thought it was Profa that had this market on lockdown. But if it sounds like it's like a touristy thing.
Well, where did he get this recipe if they're not from Red Larch?
Right.
I say to Rosie.
Yeah, so I think you guys need to come with me because I'm starting to think that maybe Marvin does not have the proper respect for a genteel old lady like myself, and I could use some backup.
This is Amy talking. He came and asked for permission after he was already making them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
it's a big part
nasty.
of it.
It's real nasty.
It's a big part of it. So you can hear. So as you're having this conversation, you can hear. Josh, please tip the cauldron.
You hear Josh tipping the cauldron.
He's a tipping fool.
Cauldron tipper.
What are you gonna do?
The podcast, Jerry has just removed all of the markers, the initiative markers, and putting his DM screen down.
Oh my god.
Tipper.
He quit.
So over here. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Jerry's walking away. He's leaving the show.
No. So you hear over along the wall, you can see that Brahma has set up on a stool.
Yay.
And she says, Profa. And Profa says, yes, without turning her back. And then Brahma says, I mean, should I go like with the traditional Cornerstone songs? And then she says, yes, that'll be fine. All right. So I did write a Cornerstone song. Let me see if I can play it.
Oh my god.
No. It's just music. Here you go.
Okay.
Let's see.
Pantomiming really made it.
So that's the Cornerstone jingle that they played in Red Larch when Brahma was stationed here with the B team. Okay. Now, Dungeon Master's screen is back up. We're ready to go. I wanted to have like a thanks, Josh. I wanted to have like an ice cream truck type fun music. And it's just like, oh yeah, these are great. It's like you remember that song, right? Like when you were a kid. All right. So you're taking a posse up north. Well, let's hear about it.
Okay. The Ironbark Inn is just a few minutes walk. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, you can either follow this trail of people,
Yeah.
or you can head out to the long road and head north. In either case, the new Ironbark Inn was established essentially on the route
Right.
that people from Nemazir would have established.
Okay.
Is Brahma coming with us?
No. She has taken up. She is providing.
Oh, that's right. She's
musical.
Up there. Okay, so we know where she is though. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Accompaniment.
Okay.
I'll come in.
And the whole time that we're walking, it's not a long walk, but Rosie is explaining why Marvin is such a disappointing halfling, why this is not the kind of representation of her people that she would prefer you see.
And I'm asking, but isn't this how traditions propagate? That somebody takes it on and makes it their own, and then this is how a thing spreads to.
No,
You know, and
traditions
then-
are meant to be followed to the letter.
Yep, exactly.
but-
You
and
don't
then-
steal them. You follow them the same way year after year after year. And you do it the same way. No one else does it.
Certainly, but for a thing like cornerstones, which I mean, you can get a lesser version anywhere. I mean, it might be an exciting thing if it was, a tradition everywhere.
Why can't you just support me?
Well, and Cthulhu doesn't know why he's not. Like, he doesn't understand. We're trying to. I just want to understand how that this is the correct thing to do, so that I can do it with the appropriate amount of conviction.
Why don't you just tell yourself? I don't want Rosie to get too nasty, so this is delivered with lightness.
Oh, but this is like she is just walking along with them on this road, right?
Yeah.
Carts are passing by, and you are just laying it down for
Yes.
Cthulhu.
She goes, why don't I put this in terms that might appeal to you more? This man has affronted the only god that matters, and that is cooking. You understand? And we are here to avenge the intent of that god. Do you like that better?
So you're saying that he's perverted this ritual?
Yes. Thank you. Yes. He has done it a disservice. Now there is a deity angry at you, and she is within me. Now I got a god that lives in me. Angry cooking god.
Cooking mama.
Angry cooking mama.
As nice as it is to have a god in you, and one that you did not make up, I'm a little bit jealous. But I understand now. This character is an outlier
Correct.
that has to be excised from the data set.
Exactly. Yes. Okay.
Maybe it worked too good. Maybe it worked too good.
I set my sun hat. Put it down.
Just for maximum protection.
You're right. The kind of thing that like is followed by rolling your sleeves up in a Donald Duck cartoon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then moving forward, dukes are sometimes raised.
Right.
So we go to the Ironbark Inn.
Oh, it's packed. I mean, it's hard to get in there. It's like there's a line out the side of the door. I mean,
Yeah?
There's probably 10
Yeah.
people just in front of you you'd like to even get in.
You think so?
Well, I'm just, listen, I don't have an opinion on this. I'm just saying.
So we before we go in, Cthulhu and I look at Cthulhu and I go, all right, now you gotta look tough when we go in there. And I go, get rid of the hat.
Done.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a bulldog. You let me off my chain.
Yeah? And I go, that's what I want to hear, yeah.
Yes, I heard somebody say it. It was very scary.
Oh.
Formidable.
Yes, okay, well, use it. And then I go, just fold your arms and just maybe don't say anything. But if you're gonna just say it real gruff.
Okay.
Okay. And we're here to back up Rosie.
Yeah. Do your best Walnut impression.
Okay. And he does. And it's really good, actually.
Yeah, and I'm a little
It's a little
insulted by it.
offended. Yeah. It's not unkind, but it's also, it's not flattering.
Do I scowl that much?
Yeah. You have you have the lines right here, like I do.
Oh. Well, all right, let's do this.
Okay. So Rosie clears her throat. If and only if pushing through people does not, like if we
I
come
would
to
love
a
I would
pass,
love to see an intimidate.
Goodness gracious, yes.
Take it.
I'm taking that advantage.
Odd fun time.
Big money. Come on.
Money.
Now intimidation. I
Looking for a
am
whammy-free
proficient.
experience. Oh, 2.
Okay.
better.
Okay,
It's
that's better.
21.
Okay, absolutely. This is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. People begin to, under the guise of it being about your advanced age, when it's in actuality about the intense waves of hatred that you are managing to project while still looking soft somehow.
Clearing my throat a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, and it's communicating in a kind of energy wake, and like a cow catcher, and they're just breaking against it.
Well, I'm imagining it's like a clearing your throat sounds like, but you're taking in the scene and you're going, oh. It's not the same sound.
Okay.
So the cow catcher has shunted this line to either side.
These humanoid cows.
Indeed. And now Rosie Beestinger,
Yeah.
her current guise, has entered the new Ironbark Inn.
Do I see Marvin?
Give a perception roll,
Okay.
because this is like it's a dense cloud.
So 15.
Yeah. You can see him duck in a door in the back.
She's going right for it.
I forget, are we stooped over because we're a little taller?
Is this a halfling inn?
Yeah. Or is it-
No. It's the new Ironbark Inn. The original one was definitely a truncated set.
Okay.
This has made reasonable accommodations for the long road.
Wonderful. Okay. So Rosie sees Marvin and she beckons you two, points at the door, and then she goes over and just vaults over that counter. She's behind the bar. Does not care.
Just right over it.
Yeah.
There's a tray of hot cornerstones, kind of tips out of the way to accommodate your leap, and then she's just able to slide them back up on top,
Nice.
and then carry them out.
Professional.
Yeah. She's got a job waiting for her.
Yeah.
The DNC.
Yeah.
Just like you give her your card.
Acquisitions
Well, no,
Incorporated.
don't. Documentary rate too. Acquisitions Incorporated. We think there's a place for your organization. All right. So you go back there, and then the door rattles on its hinge.
Like it's locked?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have thieves' tools. But
Yeah. You can, do you need to get in there?
yeah, I do. Are you still doing a walnut impression right now?
No, I completely dropped it, and then now Walnut's really offended.
Yeah, I'm like,
No, yeah, I am still like, it's just a character that I'm in for this.
That seems very conspicuous.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is your actual body.
Yeah, do you need to get in there?
Yes. Yeah. Can you get me in?
smiling.
I'm so proud of myself. I'm gonna look, if there's a keyhole, I'm gonna look through there. Can I see anything through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then I'm gonna misty step in there.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can see halfling looking around the room frantically, and then he finds a chair, and then he's starting to scoot it over to the door.
Okay, I stand up before he can catch my eye, or before he sees my eye
Yeah.
at the keyhole, and I say, is our intent to this? I mean, this place is already a travesty.
Yeah.
Is our intent to make it as much of a travesty as possible?
Yeah. I think that we need to interrogate Marvin, figure out why he did this, and then he needs to be punished. And I haven't figured out what that punishment is yet, and I'll figure it out in the moment.
I'm going to apply for a job here.
Wow.
They're understaffed.
Okay.
They need assistance.
That's really not why I brought you here. That's super duper not it. This is very walnut of you.
I will work. I will perform my work here.
What? No.
It doesn't do good things. Let me ply my trade in that kitchen.
Oh. Lala just grabs him by the shoulders and goes, do your dark work.
You're a good boy because of it.
It's a little smile, but shakes it off. I'm going to go to the kitchen. I'm not going to confront Marvin. I don't want to blow this cover. If you guys want to do it, you can.
This is great.
What do I see in this kitchen?
You just misty step in?
Oh, no. So is Marvin in the kitchen?
No, he is inside this door that he has closed in front of
so it's like
himself.
a, yeah,
so you can
yeah.
see him in there.
Okay, I want to go to the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you are in the kitchen now.
Oh, all right. That's great. Okay. Who's in charge?
There is a point cloud of activity, just individuals moving around. It's like if there is an organizational structure, it's a mathematics beyond that which you know.
Okay, I want to adopt the appearance of. I have to confer with you. What's gonna give me a job here? What do I need to look like? Not this, obviously.
Yeah, look like a warm little sack of shit.
You hear a voice from the keyhole. It says, "Mr. Draub."
Yes.
It's me, Marvin. Is Rosie still out there?
No.
That's too bad. How may this humble halfling be of service to one such as yourself, one so tall and scary?
This is a great holiday that the whole town can enjoy. And if people are going to get their cornerstones and the other places are too busy, you're shorthanded. I'm here to help. I'm a great cooker.
I don't believe you at all. Let's get.
Come on.
Oh, just keep going.
And I said, tell them about the great success of last year. That was all you.
Did you not read the articles that were written about what I did in that kitchen last year?
No, I was in a town that was being annihilated by ancient magic. I don't. If you could just top line it for me.
Listen, newspapers existed since then. You could have picked up any one of them. Post-annihilation. Just checked it out.
So why aren't you working at the Drawn Courtier? At least this doesn't make any.
I tire of those fools.
It's like bad anime dub.
It's really good.
I'm ready for a new challenge.
Well, I can provide that for you. Certainly, we people are eating them as fast as we can make them, and the people get mad if you make them any other day.
They certainly do. Have you been making them other days?
Yes, people do not like it. They get very angry, but then they still order them, and they pretend to be mad while they eat them.
That's livid. That is hypocrisy. And some of that, the falseness is drained.
That's
ridiculous.
That's my feeling as well. So listen. It's only for the day, and again, it's only for a few hours. We would be happy to have one of your august body here. Now, do you think that Rosie will kill you?
I've already murdered her. She's dead to me. My dark energy knows no bounds, and I'm here to cook these delicious treats for kids. Get me into the kitchen and bring.
You murdered Rosie.
Well, it's a metaphor.
For what?
For that, we're not talking right now. We're real mad at each other.
Oh,
so.
it's interpersonal. She's a very complicated woman.
She is. She can be.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm coming out. Don't summon a devil.
I'll do my best.
We hide?
Oh, we should.
I can hide in the shadows.
I turn into a weasel. And I hide in Cthulhu's cloak. We are going to ratatouille this.
Rosie just bamps off into the shadows somewhere.
Nice. Right. You hear furniture being scooted around back there, and you see the door open. And he says, Mr. Draub.
Yes. It's immediately dropped.
He's like, we're ready. We're ready to put you to work.
Great. As a warlock, my knowledge of mimicking ritual should be of great help to you. Now.
He says, I don't know how much of that I'm going to need, but definitely please bring the cornerstones out from the kitchen to the tables.
I'm going to blow his mind right now and press him. Going to call that velvet that I've
friend, that ancient friend.
That's right, from earlier. And velvet, which table do they need to be delivered to?
Well, he says we have a little coin on each of these trays.
Oh.
And then it goes in a spiral. So you look out and you can see the tables. And he's like, I see 1, 2.
Okay. So for that one prep, whatever the number is, 4. Yeah. Velvet, that table there, navigate the crowd. Use all of your skills. I love you so much.
All right.
I go, mwah, and look back at him just hard.
A ghostly fingers of force seize it from with a kind of spectral lunge, like too much enthusiasm, a dark enthusiasm.
I don't say anything, though.
Seizes the tray and then raises it up and then manages to navigate it. I mean, imagine like the Millennium Falcon flying through the guts of some space beast.
Yeah.
The mathematics involved to chart this course. And then table 4 just erupts.
Do you not see? I will show you the meaning of food service.
He says, show me more.
What's going on? What are we going to do?
You're gonna do your tentacle thing, right? That's the plan.
Show me your greatest power.
More orders.
Absolutely.
Summon more of these delicious demons of yours and bring the trays out while they're hot.
That's just racist. He's being racist right now.
Oh, indeed. How dare he? Delicious is their word. I take that tray out, right? I'm going to examine it for, is there anything I can use? Can I use the plant matter in the cornerstones themselves to do a tentacular spectacular?
It has to be, has to be a creature.
It has to be a creature. Okay.
Of some kind. It can't be fruit.
Okay.
Right.
Can I
need something dead.
Oh, and I go,
oh no.
And I leave it too easy. And I'm off. So I'm a little muscled now, and I'm on the hunt for some sweet rodent in the walls.
Oh, sniff.
And I want to find my prey. And I want to catch that little mouse.
Juicy.
So I know they're living around here. I know they're all over this place.
Onyx probably told you all about it.
Their rich musk
Yeah.
is positively just bleeding from the walls.
Oh yeah, this place is lousy with them. And I want to find one.
It's mousy.
Here, all we need is that perception. I think little creatures like that
liked it.
are quite good at this sort of sniff.
I will take advantage. Good thing I took it.
Oh!
26.
All right, so there is a, it's maybe an inch and a half little split behind a cupboard. You can, with ease, get your nose in and then just crack the whip of your body the rest of the way and enter a realm of such delights.
I want
Just nets. You see torn up shreds of napkins, bits of boot.
It's disgusting.
This is nasty.
Oh, it's well, to some perhaps. To this Bweezy, this is
I can tell.
this is mouse apocalypse.
This is so. Do I see them
Oh,
everywhere?
they flee at your approach.
Oh, the real restaurant just opened.
Exactly. It's like this is what they were warned about. They knew this day would come, and they've spent their lives preparing.
I pounce.
Go for it.
15 to hit.
So you
I
just do
do
a quick.
a bite.
You do a bite. So they imagine if you could create a firework where every piece that burst so beautifully was an individual rodent,
Nice.
and it's just everywhere,
Baby or firework.
and then just right in the middle. But there is still in the center a terrified creature,
Oh,
and it's just one bite, bam.
I get it.
You do get it.
And I tear it away from its little mouse family.
Nice.
And I think about it. And then I go, circle of life, druid.
Yeah.
Couple quick shakes.
We gotta mess up this guy's business.
Yeah, shake it up.
Whatever.
We gotta corrupt these baked goods.
Yeah.
And I bring it back to, when you put it like that, Walnut pauses for a minute. She has a real sense of existential dread washes over. She doesn't let it get to her. And she swizzles back up to Cathris and just goes, "Peh!" Spits out this little mouse corpse.
Okay.
And then squeezes back up your body.
Right up into the zone.
Yeah.
You see,
This took 10 seconds.
yeah, I've proven my service to you. But now, the greatest cornerstones. This is the truest and finest establishment. I can tell at a glance. Wonder where Rosie is, and I'm just like winking into the darkness. And I will place the.
Marvin is starting to feel a little strange after this most recent declaration. I would love a performance.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's very fair. I will take advantage on it.
Okay. That's good.
All right, that's
pretty good.
That's gonna be pretty good.
This is good performance.
That was a 13, and I add 4 to that, so you get 17. And then this one is going to be
21.
24. Or 20.
All right, so
Yeah, sorry, 21.
he takes a step back and just observes it, takes it in, makes a calculation, and then accepts the ROI on this, and then returns and says, "Tell me what you mean."
With a flourish, I whip the velvet off of velvet and place it over the cornerstones. But I've now secreted this dead animal under beneath it. Let me show you the true flavor.
Taste beyond taste.
Right? Yeah.
We're on the train to Flavor Town now.
Add a little donkey sauce. I send Velvet back out, and as he's in the center of the room, what I would love to do is send the tentacles up and out not to kill
Not to
clients,
kill.
but to shock and to send awful out into the room from this detonating set of pseudopods.
I'm cackling in real life, but this is also Rosie. Rosie is cackling also. It's exactly like this.
Okay.
All right.
That
That is what I do.
You're going to use Tentacular Spectacular.
I do.
In our second cooking episode.
Yes.
Okay.
It's what I know best.
What I do.
Yeah.
So underneath the velvet sheet, it becomes, you can see that it slowly grows and then becomes spherical, and the sheet just slips off. And underneath it, surrounding the tray, hovering in midair, is a circle that looks as though it's made from a kind of razor sharp mesh. And then some occult calculation occurs, and the outside becomes the inside.
Ooh, nasty.
And the tray is instantly shredded into strips of no greater than a centimeter in width.
Do you remember in The Thing, in John Carpenter's The Thing,
Oh, I'm familiar with this thing.
when they're about to flame throw that one dog, and then it has to make its escape by punching a bunch of tentacles up into the ceiling, and then it drags itself up and climbs away. This is what I want.
Yeah. And so
This is my design.
once it has resumed its original shape after this this dark mathematics is calculated, evil amethyst lightning bolts seize the ceiling, and then it begins to climb back and forth along the ceiling.
It's a good purchase. Yeah.
Hissing and burning as it does so.
When at this,
One table is cloven in half.
oh no, something's gone wrong.
Marvin makes some gesture with his left hand that you don't recognize.
No, I'm just.
And it doesn't. He does it a second time in case it didn't take the first time, and nothing can contend with whatever mysterious intellect is motivating this psychic wrecking ball.
Yes. Just to myself. Rosie,
Going great.
what are you? Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Are you're just gonna let this happen and not spring out surprise? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got
This
you.
is what you get.
We got that's what you got.
This is what you get.
This is what you get. I think maybe. What would she do? Yeah, I guess she would. So as this thing is crawling around, Rosie then would bamf into the shadows, like right next to where Marvin is, like right next to his ear. Like, hello, Marvin. I was here the whole time.
Oh no! I knew it. I knew it.
Cthulhu said I wasn't here, but I was.
Oh, you were here the whole time.
I lied to you, Marvin.
Why?
Because I told him to.
I thought we made a real connection.
Now listen, Marvin.
Not possible.
Clearly don't know me well. I know that you stole Propa's recipe for these cornerstones.
You can't. I stole it.
Yeah, you stole it.
I did steal it.
And
I did steal that.
honestly, I was mad, but now I'm just disappointed.
Yes, and that makes sense.
And
That makes sense. Given what I did,
here's
that's the only reasonable reaction.
here's what
And I
you,
want you to know, maybe for me and everybody else here, obviously we've been through a lot, but I want to make sure that you understand that this is, we can be taught. We've learned a lot.
I'm not sure I believe you.
It can't be that, you do something and then that's it. Like this philosophy has to allow for learning and growth.
Rosie casts silence on Marvin, which means he can't hear anything she says either. But he also will understand that he needs to shut up.
I love it.
She'll let it sit for a minute.
So the mouth is moving for a while, but then it stops.
Yep.
And then he gets down on a knee.
Okay, she drops the silence. Here's what's going to happen. Every cent of the profit that you have made tonight is going to be donated to the orphanage that I have established. Every cent. And we will speak no more of this. And I know how many cents you have, Marvin.
That's very.
Your accountant is my second cousin.
It's very reasonable. Everything that you said obviously makes a lot of sense, and it's of course our great pleasure to make a generous donation, maybe with a little extra.
I think that would be appropriate.
And as do we. And there's no reason we can't. There's no reason we can't start. Just start fresh. Start new.
I would say you have one more chance. One more chance.
All right. This creature drops itself down in the doorway.
Uh-oh.
And then runs north out of town.
Oh, come on, man. Well, I'm going to add a quest to the quest book.
Out of sight, out of mind. How many of Cthulhu's creations have we unleashed upon the world now?
A couple.
A few.
My favorite is the tumbleweed.
The giant tumbleweed that's just rolling down the river somewhere.
Do we know what direction that was? Because I would love to. Well, yeah, but the river. I would love for Cthulhu to be able to remark. And they always go north. They always go north.
Does he make a note?
Yeah. Just think about that.
Always true. What's up with that?
It's just good info.
Yeah.
Marvin walks around and then tries to convince people that this is a safe, non-occult eating establishment. Much of the business is gone, but you have every faith that the remaining business will go to a good cause.
Excellent. All right. Rosie kind of casts a look around, like she's looking for all the best places to commit arson in here if it were to ever come to that. She's like, yep, that's flammable for sure. A walnut could knock that. That's a load-bearing structure right there. Walnut could knock that right down. And
You
then,
found a mouse fast, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm up on your shoulder right now, and it's like, me. I'm just kind of enjoying being in this form.
just like Wheezy's just like comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort security blanket. Okay. So then with one long last look at Marvin, she'll peace out with her goons.
Yeah, I bare my tiny little fangs at him.
Yeah, we walk out and I say, for the children, just
That's good.
storm out.
Yeah, that's good. All right.
Nice.
We did it.
All right.
Did it. We did it, guys.
You did it
Perfect
back.
execution.
Was it?
All right. Hey.
Hey.
So you find your way back. You can definitely hear people telling stories about something that may or may not have happened at the Ironbark Inn, but it was sufficiently surreal that, generally speaking, these stories are only truly believed by those who happen to be inside the establishment at that time.
Right.
Generally speaking, people have determined that it's probably the best idea to simply go with the professionals when it comes to a cornerstone.
Yes.
Josh, if you would be so kind as to tip the cauldron.
What?
So you head back to the Drawn and Courtier, and Auspicia pretends not to know you. Such is her dedication to the host duties that have been assigned to her. She says, "Oh, you must be so tired from the road. Please come in." She directs you in. Cornerstones are proffered. Profa says that she'll put it on your tab. There's a new site over on the eastern wall of the Drawn and Courtier. You can see on a small stage, on a small stool, a woman is picking absent-mindedly at a lute, trying to figure out the next song. But even this process has a certain aesthetic quality to it. as everyone comes in, she smiles. The woman on the bench, Brahmaludier, smiles. And this is what she plays. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do it. Let's see. Let's go. We are made of our longest days. We are falling, but not alone. We will take the best part of ourselves and make them go. We are made of our smallest thoughts. We are breathing, letting go. We will take the best parts of ourselves and make them go. As you bite into your cornerstone, Rosie, looking around at these good friends, there's something hard underneath the fork.
Okay. I dig around in there.
You can see a black rectangle, perhaps 3 inches long and 2 inches wide, with a kind of serpentine barbed S etched into the top, a Shadow Council death marker that indicates that you have a task. You can hide most of this from your friends. You can turn it over lightly with your fork. And on the surface there, written in plain language, it says Omen Drawn. Season 2.
Oh no.
Arc 2. C-Team. It's all done. Thanks so much for showing up. We're not going anywhere. We'll be right back for Table Talk. We'll see you in a sec.